dream is technology, mister.
It's in your head. You can't put it down. Your reality. It's in your head. You can't put it down. Your reality. What'll you do when the lights go out? What can you do now? Technology. 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 Technology.
Yo, how's everybody doing? Oh, Jesus, I guess I'll do it this way. Welcome, everybody, to another Crackpot Conspiracies. Oh, Jesus, I did not make my background right. I did not. Hold on. Let's do this for why in the hell's not. And let's go ahead and bring in our guests. And we have a...
Hello. What's going on?
We're playing the intros. Jesus, dog. God damn it.
Oh
Gotta
no,
ruin
dog!
everything.
What'd you do
I'm
now?
just kidding. Just
How's
kidding.
it going, Slim? How's
Anyways,
it going, dog?
good. Welcome, everybody, to another Crackpot Conspiracies. And we have a whole bunch of crazy insanity to go over for sure. So how are you both of you doing?
Doing all right. Yeah, thank you. Wet.
You're wet.
Got wet.
I'm rolling through the snow. I've been
Roll.
rolling through
Down
snow
the
all
lane.
damn day, and it's been a pain in my ass. But it's typical. It's typical Canadian pain in the ass, you know. It's
Obviously.
the usual. Dog, you said you were getting snow last night. Did it come?
No, rain
No?
came.
Just rain? Okay. All right. Well, you must have looked after rain very well if she came.
I got caught in it on my way home from the pub. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's not
we're
good.
used to it here.
Well,
Yeah,
obviously.
I guess so.
Yes.
It's and I don't know how much snow you got down there, Slim, but I guess if you're not like right up in the mountains, it's not that snowy.
We're on the side of the foothills on the northern part of where
See, you get some, right?
the peaks start like 50 miles, 20 miles south of us. So
Yeah.
we're on the hills. So everything passes us normally and it dumps all down further south. So we
Gotcha,
actually
yeah.
usually we're in this weird pocket. Like there's no tornadoes happen across the freeway from me. And that is only 500, maybe
you're saying they
1,000
do
feet
happen?
away. Yeah, they only
What
happen
is
on
this
the other
guy
side of the
doing here?
freeway because
All
it's
right.
that's where the flatlands start. So
All
we're in
right.
this like weird Fort Collins is in this weird little like pocket that like it actually isn't that horrible living here comparatively to a lot of other places, especially like right now. But let's crack on.
Yeah.
Let's do our intro thingy my bobbers, and then let's say hello to my chest and excuse me, pardon me, but let's start with this.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
No doubt there will be some.
You want to know
stupid
why?
comments.
Because the world is fucking flat,
From
dog.
us.
And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. You're stupid. All right, folks. Let's go ahead and say hello to this side of my chats right quick, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of what we got going on today. We have a Brainless but he's asleep. Canadian. We have a Canadian Allaman.
Hey, Ollie.
Stop the stupid.
Hello, stop.
We have a Demon Orb.
Hello, demon.
We have the one and only Bob Nodell's Gyroscope.
Oh, the gyroscopes.
Rip Bob.
We have a Cody.
rest in peace, Bob.
I don't know. Hello.
Cody?
Our night is going amazing, especially what we're going to be going over today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Got some
So,
crack pottery.
Yes, totally. So, welcome
All right.
everybody here, now, and in the future. Please like, subscribe, and share this with your friends if you enjoy the content that we do. So, let's go ahead and get into. I'll just do it this goddamn. No, I want us to. I like being over him a little bit, even though that doesn't matter. But let's go over this douche nozzle doing what?
For the last couple of years, I've been reading wholesome Christian children's books in public libraries, contra the dragon.
You should never be anywhere near children.
Holy
But anyways,
story.
this is Kirk Cameron. If you don't know who this is,
Oh, anytime someone starts a conversation with wholesome, I know something shitty's about to happen.
exactly. Now he wants to be the next Mr. Rogers, and let him tell
does
you
he
this.
now? Holy
He
shit.
wants to.
That they don't want woke indoctrination for their kids. They don't want gay dinosaurs and trans ducks teaching their children morality. They want kids' books and TV shows that are going to reinforce the stuff that parents are trying to teach their kids at home about.
I kind of do want a trans duck to teach my children something.
Do you know that a duck doesn't? Never mind. Obviously, is
they've
that
been-
like people?
There's Donald Duck walking around with no fucking pants on for like
Pickle.
100 years now. I mean, what the fuck? How could it be any worse if it's a trans duck?
And what are we talking about? Like who, where, what kids' television things are they talking about that exactly? I don't see that anywhere. But anyways, crack
I
on.
honestly don't know what the fuck they're talking about. My kids are a little bit older now, but like, I didn't think we were that far removed.
No, and like I know I know the one thing, the Inky, Winky, and Tinky and Binky, and the weird things.
Yeah, the
and
ghost from Pac-Man.
Sure, and those things too. No, I'm talking
Oh.
about the weird creatures that like had the things above their
Are you
head.
talking
with
about the
different shapes
Tubbies,
and
the ones that had a television?
Yeah,
in their, in their navel?
Teletubbies.
Yeah, apparently one of them was a homosexual, which is totally normal. and
Or
totally
one was
fine.
trans and blah blah. Yeah,
Or
no, I
maybe
know,
one
but,
was
like,
trans. I don't remember that, but I missed that. We had the Pontypines and Iggle Piggle, which is Iggle Piggle is the less demonic spirit science, and people should definitely Google Iggle Piggle. And
totally do that.
You will need to medicate yourself afterwards, or smelling salts. I don't know what you're gonna need, but you're gonna need something to bring yourself back.
Sure, but let's crack on with this.
About the sanctity of life, about forgiveness, about family, about the dangers of socialism, and learning to embrace.
The dangers of socialism is what you should be teaching
Oh, yeah.
little kids, you psychopaths.
Definitely.
Okay, I have to get past that. I can't listen to that anymore because I'm going to punch the screen, and I don't want to do
Don't be
that.
friendly
honestly.
to each other, kids.
But yeah,
Don't you know how
So let's
dangerous a cooperative society is? You have a cooperative society. Next thing
Oh my
kids
God,
are going
some
out
of these
there shooting up
Conspiracies are
schools and
wild,
stuff.
unsettling, and highly speculative.
Oh my God, you mean the thingy mabobber where like you societally put things in together and you work for
Like
a
where we
common
pool our
purpose?
resources and build roads and hospitals
It's
and shit
yeah,
like that.
it's
Yeah,
horrible.
that's fucking
Yeah,
that's demonic.
totally.
That's demonic. Come on. It's not
And thank you,
Jesus
Al, for
never
bringing
said
that
to
up.
do anything like that. And I don't want to call it
No,
demon orm or
totally.
anything, but because demon orm could weigh in on this. But like Jesus never said anything about loving your neighbor or being kind to people or working together.
Nope.
He said do the opposite of all of that.
Well, he didn't say anything.
Just ask any Christian.
That's what she said last night. But anyways, no, like literally, let's keep cracking on. Let's go.
All right.
I mean,
crack it.
We've got more. We already went over how supposedly Amelia Earhart was eaten by crabs, human-sized crabs.
Okay, that's a terrible thing to say. Like, there's no need to like make comments about her sexual life. That's just terrible.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, we're talking. It wasn't because she had sex with so many goddamn. No, anyways, let's crack on. Let's crack on because we already went over
some
this. Let's go over
respect
this.
for the dead, please.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go over this.
All right.
The existence of plant-based extraterrestrial life forms stems from observations by several astronomers and researchers who claim evidence of intelligent vegetation on other planets. In the 19th century, astronomer Percival Lowell documented what he believed were artificial canals on Mars, suggesting they were created by an advanced civilization to distribute water to vast agricultural regions across the planet's surface. Soviet astronomer
because that's totally what happened. That totally happened.
Gavril Tikhov developed astrobotany in the early 20th century, theorizing that aliens.
The only vegetable aliens I know of are called vegans, and that's completely different. We'll talk about that later.
I don't think
plant
that's. I don't
could
think that's
utilize
what that
different
means.
parts of the light spectrum for photosynthesis.
They can't be human if they only can eat fucking. Never mind. We'll talk about it later again.
I don't think it means they're made of vegetables.
No, obviously they're not made of it, but they're vegetable whores.
Appearing in colors humans have never seen. Scientists studying extremophile organisms on Earth have discovered.
Yeah, well, and I always call myself a pussy. Totally, I get it.
I thought you were going to say eggplant.
Survive in conditions.
I totally thought you'd say eggplant.
I'm more like an artichoke. I don't know where I'm sorry.
Well,
I'll stop right there.
I was keeping myself from making a peach pit joke, so.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna talk about it, I mean, I'd love to eat out a mango, but that's completely another topic for another stream that we'll talk about later. Right. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If mango ever anyway, let's talk about this thingy of the mabobbers.
Conditions previously thought impossible, lending credence to the idea that vegetation could evolve and thrive in seemingly hostile alien environments. Some researchers point to the discovery of complex organic molecules in meteorites and the presence of methane on Mars as potential indicators that plant-based life forms may be more common throughout the universe than animal-based organisms. Analysis of exoplanet.
That's what it looks like in my nightmares. Never mind.
Atmospheres has revealed several worlds with high concentrations of oxygen, which on Earth is primarily produced through photosynthesis, suggesting the possible presence of vast alien forests.
That could be a thing somewhere. And yes, I believe there is like little itty bitty thingy mabobbers of the stuffs. And when was the last time you seen a healthy vegan? Not very often, is what I said.
Is this what that Groot guy was like from? I saw a documentary about
it's Groot.
About
it's totally
these people
Groot.
that saved the galaxy, and one of them was like made of tree bark and stuff. Like
that was totally that was totally a documentary. Totally. Anyways,
that was a documentary. I enjoyed that.
Or algae blooms on distant planets.
Okay. Well, anyways, let's crack on. So now here is the Super Mario 64 is a Messianic initiation.
The structure and symbolism within Super Mario 64 closely mirrors traditional Masonic initiation rituals, containing layers of esoteric meaning beneath its playful exterior.
That's exactly what happened.
Talking here.
That's
Kirk Cameron's talking about this Messianic Mario.
No. That was the old video. We're on another video, which is just
okay.
Yes, it's another video. This is just, but this is the messianic, esoteric meaning behind Super
It's not
Mario
esoteric as well, is it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, it literally says on the screen, containing layers of esoteric meanings beneath the playful experience. Jesus, son of a beast and goddamn motherfucking. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're totally gonna go back and we're gonna start this from as soon as they start talking about this, which is Super Mario 64 is a Messianic initiation, is what they said. Because all of us that played that fucking game are obviously Messianic initiates, or somehow we got into it, and now we somehow. Well, I mean, yeah, no, we're all into fucking cults completely. Every one of us that played fucking Mario 64
I missed the 64. I had the original NES, and then we got the Wii when
I played
when got our house. We decided to
64 was
now
before
we
the
now we have two
NES.
Switches, and we
okay.
I played. No, 64 was after the original NES.
All right.
I played the 64 and the 69, but that's completely different. That's another system, and we'll talk about that later. But let's hear this again. Just listen to this again, and I'm gonna boost the audio on it. So here we go, and let's listen to it one more time.
The structure and symbolism within Super Mario 64 closely mirrors traditional Masonic initiation rituals, containing layers of esoteric meaning beneath its playful exterior. The castle's layout represents the 3 degrees of Masonic progression, with the basement symbolizing the entered apprentice, the first floor representing the fellow craft, and the upper floors embodying the master mason level. Stars,
or it just represented different layers in a castle, you twats.
In the game parallel the Masonic concept of divine light and enlightenment, with collecting them representing the gradual accumulation of sacred knowledge. The recurring number patterns in Super Mario 64.
Yeah, and that's like every other mystery goddamn motherfucking game that you fucking play. Hey Dave. Hey Captive Desk.
All hail Bigfoot Dave.
Hey Dave.
You've never heard of
I got my
69?
signal back just in time to say hello to Dave.
You never heard of 69? That must be something from this earth. Totally. 69 is only from this earth. Completely, Cody.
Particularly the significance of 7 stars per course and 120 total stars align with important numerical symbols in Masonic traditions.
So they use numbers that were numbers that they use for number mythology and other cultures. Guess where Mario and the developers are from? Asia, right? Well, 7 in their world means another thing, which is like good luck in things. So 7 stars actually means completely something different than in the Western Christian evangelical world. Yes, and all hail Bigfoot, exactly. So let's crack on with the Western world telling us about other cultures and other places around the world about how they're satanic for no fucking reason, or they're Messianic, which again, like, isn't really a thing anymore. But we'll go there in just a minute. We'll see.
There's a Mason hole.
Paintings serving as portals to other worlds reflect the.
Well, it's not like what it used to be. It's not like what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it is like the actual big underground thing.
I
but
think you'll find it is.
I don't think, no, it's not as huge. No, I mean, like, there's still like the Elks Lodges and a handful of the other ancient.
It's a secret man's club.
But it's not putting as much influence on the world as everybody claims that it is. Does it put a lot of influence in on local towns, cities, and other places? Yes, very local. It totally does. They do in certain aspects. Certain of these, you're back now. In certain cases, hold on. Give me just a second, dog. in certain cases, there are these societies that locally they run a town. But do they run the world? No.
Yeah, but most people who have become Masons are usually very powerful in their region. Like
but as of right now, like we're talking about like the Americas, the people that fucking bought the votes and got Trump to be involved is like Elon Musk and a couple other people that don't have ties that we can closely relate or see that they have an association to these certain things. Maybe on the left, like a little bit more, like certain of the people that they claim, and I don't know, and like, sure, maybe we'll look into it a little bit more. I don't know. But again, it's nowadays, it's not as much as the secret societies as it is the oligarchies that are running around jerking off and throwing money up into the air, like Elon Musk, fucking what's his name, that fucking has Twitch and fucking the whatever, a couple handful of other people right now that are running things. Technically, it's a bunch of fucking nepo babies that are running around with gazillions of dollars, just like what Trump technically is. I don't know if he's considered one or not, but I know that some of the other ones are. But anyways, let's crack on with this. Well, no, let's go to the next one. I want to go to the next one.
All right.
Maybe I don't want to go to that one.
Did I make it back? I want to know if I'm.
You are back. You are back.
I am. Okay. All right.
I just can't see some of these titles, and I just want to. Let's go with this next one because we're trying to do things that you've never heard of before, like this.
All right.
Roilo was discovered in 1976 through a series of classified military radar tests that detected an unknown mass moving in consistent patterns beneath the Pacific Ocean floor at depths previously thought impossible for any living organism. Sonar recordings from various
and then now we know that like the Mariana Trench is a thing and that things can like. Anyways, let's crack on. Crack on.
Naval vessels have captured a distinct low-frequency humming sound at regular intervals, matching the.
Sorry, when I was young and a volcano, I came very, very intensely and shot all this stuff into your atmosphere. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, I've already said I'm sorry for doing this. Okay.
Movement patterns of the detected mass, which spans an estimated 40 miles in diameter. Deep sea exploration team.
I'm so sorry. I went 40
miles in diameter.
Yep. I'm so sorry that I did that.
Have documented unusual geological formations.
Hey, it only happened once, all right? Jeez, all right. Can you forgive me? And it was how many years ago? Jesus Christ, all right?
Along the ocean
all
floor.
I know is that she blew.
Hey, when you were a teenager, don't you remember when you blew that hard? Anyways, okay, let's just.
I'm pretty sure I did. I'm just lucky it wasn't in the age of the internet.
Well, and it happened during. Never mind. We'll talk about it later. Yes, and that's exactly Slim caused panspermia exactly. That's why I have
pan. It's sperm pan. You didn't put your sperm in a pan. This is panspermia. This is how you.
Sure.
This creature at the bottom of the Marianas Trench is actually your spawn. Is that what you're saying, Slim?
Yeah, well, it's okay. Exactly like that because what you do is you jizz into a type of
like
in this
griddle?
case the atmosphere. In the water it would be.
I thought there'd be a pan involved.
In the water it would be in that medium. That's what I was thinking of.
All right, so
in the atmosphere it would be
with your skin flute. And you're all
yes,
set.
but it was in the atmosphere of the what we would call the sky, and that's why it exploded that way. I mean, you don't even want to know what happened out the back end, but we'll talk about that later. Let's keep going. So let's keep going.
That appear to form perfect circular patterns, suggesting the movement of a massive underground entity. Seismological data from the past 5 decades reveals periodic.
Seismological.
I think
disturbances that cannot be attributed to typical plate tectonics or volcanoes.
It's totally seismological, not
I think it's either seismological or seismic. Like seismological.
Yeah.
As in for like the shifting
in a rhythmic pattern.
That's AI for you. AI.
AI. I
don't
think this AI is a real geologist or a seismologist.
What? You don't think a fake fucking computer thing is the thing?
Pattern that suggests biological origin. Marine biologists studying deep-sea ecosystems have noted large areas of unexplained dead zones that move and shift location every few years, correlating with the tracked movement patterns of the underground mass. Declassified documents from the 1980s reveal that multiple nations collaborated in a secret study of the entity, with thermal imaging showing heat signatures indicating metabolic processes occurring at depths exceeding 20 miles beneath the ocean floor.
So they figured out that there was lava flow or the internal magnetic field or the liquid version of the core was doing certain things that was causing them to pick up differences in certain places, showing that there was more flow here or there, or maybe there's more heat or something else that they maybe even assumed, because we still don't know, because these twats could be fucking just throwing anything out here and we have no honest proof that any of this is real. But let's just say there was like a change somewhere, shape, or form. Who knows what that actually meant and what does that mean? Because there could be this natural flow of it heating up and cooling down around the globe in certain patterns that just keeps us in a certain balance that until recently we couldn't have ever figured out, until now we can look and watch those things happening live. So let's crack on.
Indigenous Pacific Islander oral histories describe an ancient being called Ro'illo that sleeps beneath the ocean, causing periodic...
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Perfectly preserved.
Oh, let's go with the Island of Demons. Yeah, let's go with this.
A demon isle, eh?
The island for many years. That's what he's saying.
That's what she said. Well, yeah, sure, totally. So here we go. Here is the Island of Demons.
Of Demons was a mysterious island marked on maps from the 15th through 17th centuries, located off the coast of Newfoundland, where sailors and explorers reported encounters with supernatural entities and strange phenomena. Historical records from Portuguese and Spanish expeditions describe hearing human-like screams across the water and witnessing dark figures walking along the shoreline, leading to the island's name Satanazes in early nautical charts. Multiple ships' logs from the 16th century document magnetic anomalies near the...
Wait, Satan Nazis? No, I know. It's Satan.
No,
I'm
not sure that's what that was supposed to be.
No, I know.
That's another AI voice telling the story.
It's the same thingy-mabobber.
It's in Canada anyway.
It's the same thingy-mabobber. We have not changed videos.
Oh, it's the same video.
Yeah, it's the same video for a hot second.
It feels like they changed from like this strange creature in the Marianas Trench to something close to Newfoundland, which, from what I recall, is not right by the Marianas Trench. But it is, the Grand Banks are a big fishing ground there, which is like a shallow plateau in the sea where they fish for ground fish. It's a very large industry here.
Catching semen or semen catching?
No, semen catching fish.
Sorry. Yeah, I know.
Semen catching fish.
I know.
I realized a semen joke was coming. Pardon the pun. But it was totally intentional.
At first, I didn't know which way I was going to take it. But then I decided, fuck it, I'm going to just try to reel that in on a huge ocean fishing rod and test line. Haha, did you see how I brought it back all the way into ocean fishing?
You didn't have to talk about how many seamen are on that naval base.
I brought it back. Exactly to me. Look at how I brought it back to not being perverted.
I went perverted. I thought we were going full pervert.
No. Well, but do you see how I took it? Look, I took it to not completely perverted because I actually know how to ocean fish and I knew what I was talking about in those cases. But now when we talk about this, I am totally down to like reel in a fish and eat it out fresh from the line. All right, there we go. Now I brought it back to being perverted. So let's crack on. Let's go to the next thingamabobber, and let's talk about let's see. Let's just look through what we have. We have a handful of things to get through as well. So I'm going to see if... Ooh, that's kind of cool. I did not see this one before. Judas was the first vampire. Here we blow with this.
The belief that Judas Iscariot became the first vampire stems from interpretations of early Christian texts describing his fate after betraying Jesus, with some medieval scholars linking his cursed immortality to vampirism. Ancient Coptic manuscripts detail Judas surviving his hanging attempt, his body becoming pale and resistant to death while developing an aversion to silver coins, similar to vampire lore. Early church documents...
Isn't there a certain diseases, like a lack of certain, like, vitamins or minerals or something to where, like, certain metals you can become allergic to eventually?
Like mercury poisoning or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. You know that there was a gentleman who is the legend of Dracula is about a gentleman who had some sort of unfortunate disease that made him have the appearance that is in the legend. So there was like a real person apparently that they wrote the legend about, but they were really just making fun of a person with an unfortunate appearance due to an illness, which is typically how people do shit, because some people are just assholes. But I don't know if something similar happened to Judas. I almost feel like some of the stories in the Bible were just made up, like just entirely rectally.
Wait, you're telling me that somebody just took something?
Not all of them, just most of them.
And then what you're telling me that somebody took a thing and they just like thought about a concept, a story, and they wrote it down and they said, here is a learning lesson. Well, let's go ahead and put this in a thing to teach people a lesson through like a weird algorithm, an algomemory, a fable, a whatever put together to make a thing. Nuh-uh, that never happened throughout history. What are you talking about?
Are you sure, Slim? I think
go ahead. Go ahead before we get into this bullshit.
When Jeebus finally comes back to the planet, he needs to be a stream perv. Foot fetish, because he loved them men, washing his feet.
Well, and he liked that leather too. I mean, they don't talk about how he liked leather enough, but Will can talk.
I think that's a kink. That would be okay on this.
And remember, he loved hanging out with the prostitutes, and so do we. So you know what I'm saying?
And I'm his backwards dad anyway, so
he would fit. He would fit right. Hey, who knows that I am not the reincarnation of? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to even say it. So I'm going to stop right there. Let's keep cracking on with this. And actually, this person that our awesome friend, Creaky Blinder, is going to be going over. I actually have met this person that he's going to be going over. I had respect for this person, but after the Venice Beach Freak Show closed down because the owner, who was an ex-music executive, tried to buy another venue in Las Vegas, I think is where it was, after having a venue in Venice Beach for 10 years on the boardwalk. Something happened. I don't know what happened. I think his son got in some trouble, and like legal trouble, and then they were not on the strip close enough, and it was hard to bring in people or something. I don't remember what happened. I was actually supposed to be flown out to be on the 4th season of a Venice Beach Freak Show on AMC. But this crap happened and it went down, and I was told I was going to be there. I had the plane ticket, and then they stopped the plane ticket, and then they told me no. But anyways, this is one of the people that was a part of that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and look up. Don't pay to watch it.
Okay.
Look up Venice Beach Freak Show and on YouTube and look at the clips. But here is one of the persons who was on that, and I
mean, right now, if you try and find any information on reincarnation, it's going to be about karma, faith, mysticism, or just.
So this is Morg, and he swallows swords and does a bunch of the things that I do as well. But he is more like into the mysticism type side of it. Like when I talk about fortune telling and mysticism, we talk about how it's fake. He is using this to make money, and more. I'm sorry, bro. Come after me. Fuck you. Because you know this is fake. We all know it's fake. You're using it to make money. I get it, because that's part of being a carny, is getting to get the rubes to give you the money. I just don't do that in this space that we're in right now. And when I'm on stage, I tell you when it's fake, and I let people staple money to me to make the money through. I don't like, if somebody wants some fortune telling done, I'll do it for free, or give me $1, give me a couple, but I'm not going to tell you your life is eminent, you need to blah 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 and give me your life savings or something, right? I literally am just like, something fun, something silly. Yeah, you're going to find the man of your dreams, the girl of your dreams, blah, blah, blah. I try to make it fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But he is where he is at trying to do this. And once again, it is somebody who is trying to make money doing this. And
they split ends there as well. He needs to see a hairdresser. Look at the split ends.
Well, he shaves off his eyebrows like me, because he says he's an alien. He claims to be an alien. And I don't know if he says he's a time traveler, but he says he's an alien. And I say I'm a time traveler. But anyways, obviously his hair is dyed, and he probably does not go out into the sun at all. And I remember when I talked to him, he hated going out into the sun, and he usually carries a black umbrella over him so he does not get sunburned. Even though, like, I try to not, I'll cover myself, but not like, I will not hold an umbrella unless it's like, even in like when it's raining, I'm like, I'll get wet, but fuck it, I don't care, bro. But anyways, let's crack on with this.
A couple of years ago, I thought, I've been trimming my fucking eyebrows for so long, I can do it without the bother of putting on the clip and shaving it that way. I thought I can do it by hand, and shaved one off. I thought, ah, shit, and I had to shave the other one off. I went out into town and people fucking stepped back from me. They were like, fucking hell, what's going on there?
They're like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, no, totally. But anyways, I've looked weird my whole entire life. Well, let's put it this way.
Yeah, but you do that on purpose.
Yeah, but that's completely different. Yeah, but since I was probably, when I started putting on when I was beginning being hired for corporate events to do magic shows at 12 years old, being a leprechaun, Santa's little helper, the Easter Bunny, and other characters, I learned a long time ago that, oh shit, I am just a living character. And then that's why I turned myself into a permanent one. Now I literally just wake up, take a shower, shave, and freaking brush my teeth, get dressed, and then go out and like, oh, you want to give me a couple $100? I'll fucking throw things down my throat. It's in my freaking car that I have next to me. That's why I have an SUV. I don't want to drive an SUV per se, but everything I have.
You want to drive one of them clown cars, don't you, with the wibbly wobbly wheels and the doors that fall off when you open them, and 50 people get out.
Well, I would rather drive a. I don't know what type of van it is, but there's a certain type of van that has like there's a sleeper on the side, and then it has a shit ton of stuff, and it's kind of tall. But anyways,
you'll customize hot rod material all day long. But you have to admit, you've lived quite a full but weird life. But it hasn't been bad, has it?
No, which is insane, because when I think about it, I'm like, wait, I'm still alive, and like, wait, when you look at like certain stories of certain people, they're all in prison and shit. And somehow, like, I've been able to skirt my way through and around things. I mean, partially, I feel partially.
Luck, or would you call it not luck? Yeah, luck, or would you call it getting your fucking head straight?
I'm going to get, say, 50-50 on. Okay. I'm able to be articulate enough to figure out a way to get myself in and out of situations, right? Figuring out a way for somebody to let me use their warehouse to do a rave. But then when the cops show up, being able to figure out a way to say, oh, we're a new company that just rented out this warehouse, and this is our company party, and we're breaking the glass, the champagne, bottle on it, just like a freaking boat, and and like, now we're opening up this, and we're going to do this and that, and you pretend to say what the company is, and you fake some bullshit. The cop goes, sorry, have a good night. What the that fucking worked? What the hell? Are you kidding me? Like, so it's things like that happened, It's like, let me try whatever I can to get out of this, right? I'm just like, what can I throw at this to make it so that I'm going to get out of this? So it sounds like whatever I'm saying is proper enough. So the cop goes, I don't have a way to check that. Have a good night. And I've actually had them, which we always have well, not always. Sorry, I'm lying. 80% of the time we had the authority to be in that warehouse, but the people that owned it didn't 100% know what we were doing in there. I had a friend, and what he would do, and I think I've said this before, he would look up companies that had delinquent taxes, state taxes, like $1,000, $5,000, you know what I'm saying? Like, over years too. And he would look it up, and then we would be like, I would call them up, and I'd be like, so we see that you like have these different properties, and you owe $5,000 in delinquent taxes from the last 5 years. What would you say if we made that go away in one night? And they're like, sorry, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. And you're like, you have multiple warehouses, right? Can you take one of those warehouses and empty them for one night on that property that has 6 other warehouses, right? And other property space. And we'll make sure nobody goes on the rest of the property. All we want is one warehouse for one night. All your delinquent taxes will be paid for. And you just turn a blind eye, and we'll make sure that nothing happens to your property. Then we throw a rave inside of a freaking blank warehouse for one night,
That's not felony at all, is it?
Yeah. And then you charge $20 for each person. Then you bring in a mobile bar, so you can serve cocktails. You bring in like what 3 to 5 kegs of beer, and then you have DJs and then lights and all this stuff. And you bring in people that have the drugs to sell, and then you do it. We're making $10,000, $20,000 in one night, and we give them 5. Yeah, here you go. Here's 5. Now we just did a mobile thing, and I don't have to pay the taxes. I don't have to fucking get the fucking permits. I don't have to actually like have a liquor license. I don't have to do all of these things that you normally would have to have if you did it the way. And we would just do that all like, well, I mean, not always. I mean, we did it under like in loading docks. We did it under bridges that were that the trains went over, but they only went over like 4 times a day. So there was like one time during the night that the train went over while we were throwing a rave under it, and then there was spillways under certain freeways that you could like throw raves in because San Diego only rained 6 days a year. So if you put on a rave under there any other day of the year, you're golden. And it's just a little itty bitty room that you just set up a sound system in and have people fucking in and put on a rave. It was fucking insane. And then there was a fucking pet cemetery that the overseers let us fucking throw raves on, not on the pet cemetery, but next to it. And there was a house for the overseers that was pretty much gutted, and they didn't even live there. They were just there just to like look over the house during the day, and then at night they let us fucking put on a rave there. So we had like 4 fucking a sound system room or 4-room fucking rave, and we just would put it on at a fucking pet cemetery. And you know how goth that shit was, being like, you want to go to a fucking underground rave at a pet cemetery.
Like, yeah, I'll be to it. I got dragged to my first rave in my my first and last rave in my 30s. I think I was about 37, 38. And, you know, I'm a blues guy. I like blues, I like Pink Floyd, I like Dire Straits and some rock bands, like Zeppelin and AC/DC and that. And I was just fucking out my depth. I was refusing free drugs. E's were coming my way. These E tablets. Nah,
I
was just out my fucking depth. I thought, yeah, never again. Rays are just not for me. And even though I didn't drink that night, I had a thumping headache in the morning. That fucking music is loud. Them guys bring kit. They bring fucking proper kit. Them DJs.
One of the first raves. Yeah, one of the first raves I ever went to, and this was like the old school from what I have come to understand from talking to people and watching documentaries. This was like the old England style of a rave. You paid $20 to get in, and as soon as you walked in to like a field, there were tables that had like mounds of drugs. There was like a mound of coke over here. There was a mound of mushrooms. There was like fucking just like hits of acid just sitting in this other little pile. And then there was like a fucking pile of fucking ecstasy pills. And you just walked up and you're just like, took what you wanted. And you're just like, what the hell is going on at first? And then whatever. But then after that, they stopped doing that very, very quickly because they realized you can make a shit ton of money doing that instead of just giving it away. Because even $20 at the door, you're not tripling down. Like what some of us realized, and I know at some point it's a dick, and like now what they're doing, like at EDC, they're charging $100 a bottle of water. They're fucking charging like $1,000 a shot of vodka, like and shit. But what we realized was, and not to be a dick, but I'm not going to give everything away. And like, we loved the hippy dippy anarchy lifestyle, but a lot of us were like, And I didn't start it. I wasn't the first person to be like, oh my God, I can sell a bottle of water for $1 while I sell a hit of acid for $5 while I charge $10 to $20 for entrance fee. And then if somebody wants another bottle of water, this, and then I can sell a bottle of alcohol for, a bottle of beer for $2. Because we weren't trying to like overcharge back then when I was doing underground shit. When we did like massives, sure, we charged like a little bit of money. But anyways, here is our Schisma Crasher.
Oh, yeah. Do I need to be brainless?
Sure, if you'd like.
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Anyways, so
but anyway, yes, the raves here are illegal. Well, they're illegal raves. A lot of them have become festivals, to be honest.
Well, now what they did is corporate went in and it began putting in money and buying the names out. Jesus Christ, I just bit my nose. It's just like Comic-Con. But EDC now is one of those things where I'm sorry, where just like Coachella, it has been done so that it's just corporate as crap. And like there's a handful of other events now that are like that, where it's just corporate as crap. And
isn't the guy that started Coachella now a multi-millionaire?
Yeah, exactly.
Through doing his illegal rate. And here, now there was a guy in the UK, a farmer in the UK. They took over his field, and instead of phoning the police, he just got his muck spreader out. Just started fucking spraying these cunts with cow shit, and they fucking soon left quicker than the police could do it. Just get the muck spreader out. Boom, done. Rave over. People going home, scrubbing it straight in the shower, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. So it's but anyways, let's track on with this person. And like, I used to really, really respect this person, but then they started going into all the woo stuff.
Yeah.
And then we have him going over this. So let's hear it.
Completely vague concepts. In other words, it's a load of trash. But did you know that reincarnation can actually be explained logically and rationally?
Can it though? Can it really? Well, there's only one way to find out. But before we do, today's video is sponsored by Beer 52.
Now, I'm not usually much of a drinker, but when my birthday comes around, even I like to treat myself, even if that means grabbing something a little special. And that's where...
Okay. Jesus. I saw him without his pants on, but anyways, let's crack on with this.
Try and find any information on reincarnation. It's going to be about karma, faith, mysticism, or just completely vague concepts.
And you don't think that's maybe because there is zero scientific evidence to back it up? Now, there are a few intriguing ideas of research and anecdotal accounts that some people interpret as suggest.
Maybe that it could be a thing, kind of, but not really. But anyways, let's crack on to actually hearing him talk, because thank you, Creaky, for giving us your opinion, but that's what we're going to do. And we'll let you talk a little bit, but we're going to mainly be using this, and thank you for cutting this up for us.
In their current lives.
The truth is that reincarnation is real, and it has a completely logical explanation. If you're new here, my name is Morg, and we are a revolution of consciousness here to show humanity how to understand themselves and existence.
Yeah, reincarnation is not real. We know this.
And you're a crazy person who thinks that you have any idea what's really going on with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on to something else.
The citation.
Did we just... I feel like we just did that one. So let's go to this. And there is this weird thingy-mabobber that I found this morning, which is Well, let's go into chemtrails and blue beam really quick. And I know I have to like go past the intro part, and then we'll go to this, because if you don't know what this is, here we go.
In the late 1990s and early 2000s.
No, this is chemtrails.
When observers noticed the unusual persistence in these trails, forming hazy patterns, sometimes seeming like a deliberate crisscross in the sky. Many began to question whether something unusual.
You mean there were there's a gazillion and a half goddamn motherfucking air thingies that are in the sky, let's put it that way.
There's thousands in the sky now.
Yeah,
Literally
exactly.
thousands of aircraft in the sky right now as we speak. There's always
it's more like 100,000 in the sky right now in the world, at least, because we're talking about a biplane, a triplane, a jet, a hell. I mean, I know helicopters don't make these lines, but we're talking about so many other things that, like, if you turned your camera to look at certain things in certain ways, you could see lots of different lines. And I know which lines we're seeing in this case. I'm just saying you could make it look crazy as shit by taking like stills every like second and
when
having
when I was into photography, my most liked video was a video of all these contrails all through the sky.
Yeah,
on an early morning, and people say that's beautiful. It really is.
Yeah, of course it is.
It was a lot more beautiful than that. Well, yeah, they were contrails. Yeah, they meant chemtrails. That's nonsense.
They were condensation trails, because when you get into different layers of atmosphere, sometimes it's either really, really hot and sometimes it's really, really cold. And so it matters on what you're doing and how much, how fast you're going, how slow, through different layers of heat and cold layers that are going to cause certain things to show. So that's why there's gaps in them to certain extents, because there's like gaps in the heat and cold layers, so that it's not a constant. And especially, do you see how like some of them, when they're going up or down or like barely diagonal, there's a gap like here. Fuck it, I'm gonna do this. I'm doing it here. Yeah,
that's
here. If
You've
it was a
also got to bear in
constant,
mind
not a
that,
constant. If it was a oh shit, god damn it, I pressed the wrong button. If it was a constant, it wouldn't fucking not do that, you dumbasses.
But yeah, you need to bear in mind as well that the power of a jet engine, you imagine how fast that is spinning, and that's kinetic energy. That means heat. And the heat on the back of a jet engine is phenomenal. It has to be phenomenal. Well, if you're moving 200, well, you got on most jets, they've got 2 or 4. Some even have 6 if they're carrying
D9. Yes, but anyways,
and the amount of heat that they produce is incredible. Of course, there's going to be fucking condensation out the back, and even steam, even turning them. Well, it's basically how clouds form, isn't it? Really, condensation, heat, and moisture, and crap like that.
The world is definitely
condensation.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, you're a pervert. All right, everybody, look up this channel. It is called Terror Ted's Tales. And they put together amazing. I just found them this morning. They put together these amazing freaking clips of conspiracy theorists saying some shite. I have to get up to take a leak. I'm going to let this play. No, I'm going to let it play at this speed, but fuck it. And then we'll talk about it in just a second. And I will be right back. And then we will go there.
Never to hear this, but there is no real picture out there.
They did fake the moon landing. That's a fact.
A guard told me that he was asked to burn some photographs.
NASA mislead the public about astronauts being on the International Space Station.
NASA is the home of the world's largest flame retardant green screen.
This is a spacewalk video.
Oh, it's not exactly what we've been told.
This is huge.
Elmer Smith went back with another one.
It's showtime.
In 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first man to ever set foot on the moon. But one of the most famous legends that came out of this moon landing was from a missing 2 minutes of audio transmission that was being broadcast live on national television. As legend has it, during this missing 2 minutes, Neil Armstrong had apparently switched his radio over to the medical channel, which was not public, and had apparently said this to NASA. "These babies are huge, sir. Oh God, you wouldn't believe it. I'm telling you, there are other spacecraft out there lined up on the far side of the crater's edge. They're on the moon watching us." Now, this legend was confirmed by NASA engineer Otto Binder, who was monitoring the uncensored version of these radio frequencies during the mission. But despite Otto's credibility, his claims were mostly written off by the media because NASA insisted that.
And that's what she said last night. Never mind. Okay, so here we go.
The only reason the audio cut out is because one of the cameras on board overheated, thus interfering with the reception. That is until in 1979, Maurice Chatelain, former chief of NASA communications, wrote in his book, moments before Armstrong stepped down the ladder to set foot on the moon, 2 UFOs hovered overhead. Edwin Aldridge took several pictures of them. Some of these photographs have been published in the June 1975 issue of Modern People magazine. The encounter was common knowledge at NASA, but nobody talked about it until now.
Don't know how they were broadcast.
That's exactly what happened. That's totally what happened. Not anything else. Anyways,
because it was him over the moon at the time.
Yeah.
How did it find me? I thought I had my shields up. The cloaking device. What do they call it?
What again?
People, no, they're not insane. They're just fucking ridiculous. But that's what makes this channel, isn't it?
Okay, so we're gonna
stupid people.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and we're just gonna go over this right quick, and then it's gonna be probably the end of what we're doing tonight, because I am exhausted, and hopefully Pippa Maroney is gonna be doing her thingy tomorrow's, but we'll see. If not, we'll be doing something here. If not, but let's go into this.
It's not a plane.
Mysterious drones have been popping up in the night sky over New Jersey.
This is a video of the Morris County drones with characteristic triangle lights.
Residents sharing eerie videos like these on social media. Mike Walsh says he's been seeing them since mid-November.
They kind of sound like a helicopter.
Was that a Trump flag behind you? I totally think that was a Trump flag behind you.
Depending on how big they are is how loud they are. There's red and green lights on either side of them.
He reported them to local police, but has not received any explanation. Other residents say the drones seem to fly in coordinated groups, appearing every night except Thanksgiving, and disappearing as soon as the sun comes up.
Just looked out the window at 6 o'clock, and there were 7 or 8 hovering right near my home. It's a complete violation of privacy. And
maybe because you're a fucking cunt and you're like part of the HOA that like talks shit to people and tells them that like they need to like change the color of their house or like trim their lawn to a certain way, and if not, they'll fucking charge you like $100.
Is she a housing officer associate?
She's a Karen. She's totally she's an HOA Karen, totally.
But what we saw there was we saw red and blue flash. That's how you can tell the difference between a satellite and an aircraft. No matter how far they are, if the aircraft is far enough, you won't hear it, but you can still see the flashing lights of an aircraft.
And drones,
well, and don't have a flashing light.
Well, and drones actually don't make a shit ton of noise technically, so it's most likely like there is, unless they're adding in the noise, it's most likely helicopters that are doing something locally at something that they don't have to really tell you about. The FBI and the government doesn't have to tell you about.
And the other thing about helicopters, silent helicopters, what are they all about? They don't exist. The only reason the main noise out of a helicopter is the blades going through the speed of sound, and that's the boom that you get. And even though, face palm, absolutely,
exactly. Yeah. So, anyways, let's track on with this.
Nerving. I couldn't sleep last night.
Authorities saying there's no known threat to public safety, but residents have stayed on alert.
There's more over there. Look. Holy cow. Look, guys. There's one there, one there, one there.
The drone sightings are near the Trump.
If you didn't move it so fucking fast, I would have been able to see it. And even if we play it at a normal speed, y'all fucking move the shit way too fast for us to see it, you cunt. So of course we can't see it. Like watch.
Residents have stayed on alert.
So where? What? Huh? I don't see anything. You didn't show me anything, you fucking
Drone
cunt.
sightings are near the Trump National Golf Club.
You asshole.
Club in Bedminster, a frequent overnight stop for President-elect Trump. Drones have been banned over Trump's golf course. And now the
But they just showed a drone. Never mind.
FBI is investigating. Residents are frustrated at the lack of information from authorities.
We want to know what's happening, and we want it to stop.
Oh my
Look,
Jesus.
Eric's
Okay,
just
okay.
playing with his Christmas toy, and they should stop making fun of him.
And exactly. Anyways, all right, folks. That's where we're going to end it for tonight. Once again, if the Pippa Maroney is not going to do a game night, we'll do a game night. Same bat time, same bat channel. And other than that, we'll be back on our normal time set where we will do it Monday. And I don't know what is going on for the commander. Or
there will be some DSA videos.
DSA commander's got some stuff going on. All right.
Captain Desk will be doing some shows as well.
Dave does a good show.
Yes.
Everybody does.
Anybody who has a link, put it in the side of my chat.
Pop it in there.
Do it now. I'm going to give it like about 10, 20 seconds. Thank you very much, everybody. Please like, subscribe, share if you don't mind. Watch it again. Watch some of the other streams from the past.
That's right.
We could use all of the view time.
Support it.
And
Support
all the other
fuck out of it.
things. Yes, please. And comment as well.
Comment, lick and describe.
I don't know why you don't share this with your family members to freak them out. Like you want to see something
I have a lot of good reasons for doing that.
You should totally. That's what I'm saying.
This show isn't for children, and I don't share it with my children. That's
well, of course, not for them, but like your family members, especially the ones that voted for Trump. You want to see why you shouldn't have voted for Trump, and then
my family members are mostly Canadian.
I don't even show it. I won't even share it with my new girlfriend.
What is this Canadian you talk about? I don't know what that is.
It's a big ass place between you and Russia.
What?
I live here. It's fucking awesome.
Wait,
it's covered.
Is
it's covered in snow right now?
Did I hear there's maybe beavers there?
Oh, we got a lot of beavers.
Okay,
we got a lot of beavers.
I'm sorry. I'll stop right there.
They've been busy. They've been busy gnawing on wood.
And thank you for sending all the other beaver down here for us to take. Anyway, but thank you all very much. We'll talk to you all. We'll see you all and next week and or tomorrow if the Pepperoni is not. And even if Pepperoni is going to do a show,
you see some of the same folks at Pips.
Pip said her last thing she was doing was last Friday. Her last busy.
I know, but we'll see if she.
We'll see.
Yes. So thank you all very much for being here. Please like for sure the stream. Please make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification. And if you can join, it's like it's $1, $1.99 a month, so $2 a month American to become a
give Slim a swollen membership.
Yes. So, anyways,
just before we go, Slim.
Okay. Well, here we blow. Do it.
Hang on.
I'll go ahead and get this ready.
Yeah. Just
but I can't read it, so read it. You have to read it afterwards.
It's coming out now.
You have to read it. You have to read it.
This is a nightcap for you.
Oh, it's just a super chat? Okay, well, as soon as it pops up.
Oh, You gonna read it out?
As soon as it pops up.
Well, just it basically
anytime
says,
somebody does the super chat, like we've always said, if YouTube lets you put it, I will say it. I don't see it yet, so
okay. But
there you go.
you'll
let me
re-say
know.
it tomorrow.
There we go. I got it. I see
You got it now.
Drink a blue. I don't have anything to drink.
Oh shit, Slim, what's going on? You're gonna have to drink 2 of them next time.
Sure.
That's my promise to you.
Sure,
Next time Slim has the blue
I'll
one,
do it next time.
he'll have 2 of them.
I've been trying to not drink hard alcohol
Oh.
anymore, but it's
Okay.
okay.
Well, I take back my
we'll
promise.
do it. We'll do something for it, dog. Okay.
I also have a
next time.
semi-eidetic memory. Whether I'm pissed or not, I'll remember.
Semi-eidetic. That's right. So
we'll be drinking.
I promise
That's
you,
fine,
Slim will
that's
drink
fine.
a root beer or a Dr. Pepper.
No, I'll drink a blue next time. I just
And if you don't,
now.
then you're eating a fucking bug of some sort.
Sure. We'll figure something
You know, in
out
my
next
country,
time
a
or
blue
something.
is actually a brand of beer, a Labatt's Blue.
No,
But
yes,
the beer
a
it's golden.
Labatt's,
it's golden.
yeah, I know.
Molson makes a Molson Golden. Labatt's has a Labatt's Blue.
Hey, Victoria.
And they're both gold when they come out, but they're not. They're
Yes.
not our best work. We have the good beer we keep here. We don't export that out. We keep it here for the Canucks.
Yeah, you Canucks.
So come visit us one day. And,
anyways, yeah.
you
So
know.
one of these days I will. Anyways, so
Anyway, I love all you guys.
Love you all. We'll see y'all. We'll see you all later.
In the balance, but I love all you all. And say it.
Yes, we'll see you all later. And say goodbye to my monsters that are behind me. All right, everybody.
Bye, my monsters.
Get out of here. Say bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.